getting to the post and we'll be underway in 24 minutes.
Andrew Fitzgerald, syndicator, OffnRacing. Firstly, congratulations on the win tonight, mate. We better make mention of that, Chiggsy. And sort of special horses like this, tell me something about how you got into harness racing.
I got into harness racing. My uncle, obviously Wayne Higgs, trained horses out in Redwood. We used to go there at the holidays and muck around and sort of just fell in love with the horse, as you do. And once you fall in love with the horse, it's sort of a bit of an addiction, and you don't really leave it, do you? So yeah, just used to go to there in the holidays. Before that, probably in the old stables down the other end when they were down there, when my grandfather was alive, which is Uncle Wayne's dad. Sort of used to go to the races with them and get dragged around in the cart, you know, as it is. And so yeah, that's probably my earliest memory.
What about when did you first get into owning horses and then obviously syndicating horses?
Probably when I was working in the stables. I think I was working for the Robinsons in Templeton. I think that was probably my first horse, sharing a horse. Might have been Stan's Day maybe. I don't know if I owned one before that, but he was a winner. He won a couple of amateur races and stuff like that. But probably from there, and then just well, I sort of went to Aussie and worked for David Aiken for a bit. And when I come back, sort of felt we were missing a bit of the market. You know, we were losing that generation to get into them, and it was expenses were rising, and it's just too hard to get into a full horse. You know, people don't really own that nowadays, so just sort of created that. And Extreme Guests was one of the first ones. We brought him. I had him at Brent White's, and sort of just kicking from there.
Do you get a bigger kick out of, you know, obviously owning part of the horse yourself, or seeing all the other people up there on the stage getting their photos taken?
Definitely seeing everyone, that gets involved. It's a pretty big ask for some people. You know, some people are new to the game, and it's a bit of a risk for them. They don't have an experience at before, so I'm trying to make the experience as good as possible. But to see them and the owners or jumping around like the two lads tonight, they come all the way up from Dunedin to watch this fella debut, and after the race you see them jumping around on trackside having a hell of a time, and they're still in the bar having a few drinks, and they're heading home at 8 o'clock in the morning. So they've travelled a long way to get to the races, to come here, and that's what, we sort of build around that, give people a reason to come to the races, you know.
We've got to say hats off to Addington Raceway. I think everyone got a drink afterwards, and that's sort of part of it, isn't it? It's the speeches afterwards and the getting together and meeting new people. Yeah,
well, that's like I said to you before, it's always the question when you have bigger syndicates like me and you do, that how will everyone get a drink? But the Brecken's Winners Bars and everyone down there are very accommodating, and I'm sure it's not it might be an issue to have if 200 people were there trying to get a drink. It's not a bad issue, because they're all probably had 3 drinks before it in the bar, and they've stayed for some food, and they've backed their horse, and that's what it's all about.
Well, I've got here, we have to talk about this horse because it's Chiggsy. That was purchased by you at the sales?
Yeah, bought him at the sales last year off Woodlands, and we broke him in. Cameron Jones broke him in for me and did a bloody awesome job, and we just loved him from day one. He's just a laid back dude. He had it all really, and funny enough, we're still selling shares when we knew he was pretty good. You know, most people might have just kept the 40% that we had left, but we kept selling him. We had I made a few calls on Facebook of probably the best one we've broken in, and a few people said, well, if he's that good, why don't you keep him? But that's not the business I'm in. I've got to sell the shares. So some people got in after that, and he's a special horse. I named him after my cousin, who unfortunately passed away about 18 months ago. This fella was the horse that I brought probably 4 months after that. That was a pretty dark time for me. It's still something I'm personally still getting over and getting through, but we named this fella after him, and I'm just bloody ecstatic that tonight he did the name justice, you know.
Yeah, cool. Well, before we leave you, of course, OffnRacing, not hard to find you, very easy to find you. Got the racing...
OffnRacing.co.nz,
and you've generally got shares running pretty well all the time.
Yeah, all the time really. Just brought a lovely Sweet Lou colt at a beach parade at the sales off Woodlands again, so going back to the same breeding farm. We seem to have a lot of luck with the Woodlands size and the Woodlands team, so went and brought a colt Sweet Lou out of Beach Parade, so brother did a line up, Typhoon Stride, some really nice horses, Party On and stuff like that. So shares available in him on the website. Get involved and hopefully he's the next one of these.
Own the thrill. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.